Well, good morning, guys, and welcome back. This is going to be episode 6, I believe, of the taxidermy habitat build. And what I'm going to do is use an X-Acto knife to cut around the tree, and hopefully I'll be able to remove the tree. Kind of like a pumpkin. You cut the top off a pumpkin to carve it. That's what we're going to try here. Alright. Well, it's turning. That's what I want. All right. That's what I want. So I'm taking that out because I want to clear coat the base. Seal the base is what I want to do with a clear coat. I'm going to start with this matte finish. I'm going to seal this because this is going to be my test piece for the color. So when I mix the color of paint I'm going to use, I'll test it on that to see what it looks like. And now I'm just going to go and seal this. I'm trying to hit it from a couple angles just to get it good and sealed in all the crevices. I don't think this is going to take too long to dry. I think it's going to soak in pretty good into this stuff. Alright, I think we're going to call that good for sealing. These are the cheapest paints I could find, the cheapest brand, Lucite, and this is a Pittsburgh, but it was one that was mixed that apparently somebody brought back or didn't want, so it was on sale for $5, which ended up being cheaper than the Lucite even, and it's a brown color. So I bought them specifically for this, like I said in one of the previous episodes. And all I'm going to do is start mixing some of this just to see what we come up with. And I think I want it mostly red. So we'll start lighter and we can always add more to make it darker.
For a run here in the second half of the season. You know, and we got back in action on the road, and we took a tough loss on the road, and it's amazing to see these guys.
Well, I think that's pretty close to the color I want. Now remember, this is going to be diluted down with water, and then we're going to spray it onto that base. I think the only way to really do it is to try our test piece. Alright, so we're going to guesstimate quantities. I'm going to put that in, and then I'm going to do 4 parts water. One, 4. All right, set that aside. Let's shake that up. let's see what this is going to look like. I don't know. I want it more brown than that, or this might take some thinking. This is just a flat white, so I'm going to paint it. Just going to seal it good with this flat white. Okay, guys. I told you I was going to add a beehive to the tree. Well, we're going to add some bees too. So I'm going to take my matte finish clear coat and I'm going to coat the bees with this. This will make them a little easier to handle and preserve them. Now these are from my beehive. They're bees that died and I just picked up. And then I put them on these little pieces of metal wire and I put them in the freezer to dry out good. Call that good for now. We'll see how those work. Okay. I've got my new color mixed up. I've got 8 ounces of water in here and about 2 ounces of the mixed paint. I used a lot more brown and less red to get a slightly reddish earth. I'm going to mix that with my water. Should end up with about 10 ounces of liquid. Shake it up. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Yep, that's what I want. So we're just going to start spraying it. Try and cover the rock here a little bit so we don't get... All right. Now, just let that dry. This doesn't matter. I think I've told you that before. This is all going to be covered. I'm just going to clean it up so it's not streaky looking terrible. So we'll come back here a little bit and get an overall view. If you can kind of see that. Alright, so I'm going to put some rollers under here. The guy doing putting the bear on suggested that it have rollers to make it easy to move around. So I just need a space filler, and then these will get screwed on just like this. I've already cut them to length. All I'm going to do is just mark an inch in from the end and an inch in from the sides, and that's where this base will go, like this. That's where the wheel will go. Okay. So I'm just using a clear matte finish. You could probably use satin, it would be just fine. I actually have satin, but I think I'm going to try, when it's all done, I'm going to use satin to cover everything. And if it's too glossy, then I'll go back to a matte. But all I want to do is spray this on to be able to put the sand on it and have it dry. So we're going to start doing that. I want to do it in little bits at a time to coat it. I don't know if I want that moving so much. All right, let's keep going. I think if I was going to use an analogy, this stuff is acting like hairspray. Right? It's going to hold this stuff in place. I think I'm going to spray this just to see if it will hold it in place. The rock, the pebbles in particular. I'm excited about this. This is kind of fun. Okay, I've got the whole thing covered, and now I'm going to go over and just spray a coat of this. I've kind of been doing as I've been going. So I'm going to spray a coat of the satin over it. I ran out of matte for the base to stick it down, so I just started using satin. Like I said before, it doesn't really matter. I feel like I can tell when I've had enough. There's enough of this on there, because it doesn't, spraying it on doesn't cause it to blow around. Like you see that's moving, and then I get it covered, and it's not moving anymore. Let me show you what we've got here. It's kind of the look we're going for. We'll see how well what it looks like when it's dry, and how well that holds. If it doesn't look right, we'll spray it and sift some sand on it without the pebbles to make it look less wet. Right now it looks wet. I'm hoping that dries up. Alright, I think this will probably end it for this episode. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in episode 7. Later.